My name is Christy Paul. I am in the final year of my Master of Social Work degree, so I expect to graduate in May of 2021. I live in Howards Grove, that's my hometown, and I completed my Bachelor of Social Work degree at UW Green Bay as well in 2003. I had a great experience in the social work program in my undergrad program. I loved all of the opportunities through school, the volunteer opportunities, the staff, the instructors, and the faculty were so approachable and helpful. And then I actually worked at UW Green Bay for a few years in between my undergrad program and my graduate program. And I just really appreciate all of the experiences that they brought, but yet kept everything real, and they were approachable and helpful, and definitely wanted to experience my graduate program here as well. What I am interested in and work a lot with my current field placement is in the area of child welfare. My degree does have a child welfare emphasis, and I'm particularly interested in keeping kids together with their siblings, with their families, when kids are placed in out of home care. So, in foster care with a relative, I am interested in working toward and coming up with policies and programs that can keep them connected to their siblings and with relatives if family's not available, and then hopefully reducing the amount of time that kids are spending in out of home care so that they can get to safe, permanent families as quick as that is all possible. Hopefully, the impact will be that kids are spending less time in out of home care, so in foster care or formally placed with relatives, so that they can live with their parents and be reunified with their parents. And if they can't be, then they are finding their forever family more quickly and not lingering in care, because research tells us that that is not good for kids to grow up without knowing who that forever family will be. So I work full time. I actually work at the same agency where my field placement is. It's very separate. I'm in different units and I have different duties and tasks. So I work full time. Many days I have a few hours that I spend as part of my field placement. So at that time I report to a different supervisor, and I right now am doing basically everything virtually. So attending lots of meetings and having experiences virtually. I also am a mom and have a busy family life, so I'm squeezing that in there too. And then I have some independent type projects and things that I'm looking into for my internship as well. So then I'm able to fit those into my evenings and weekend time as, as my time allows. Completing my graduate degree is something that I have wanted to do since my undergrad program. I decided to have a family in the middle of all of that, so I kind of put those plans on hold. And now that my kids are getting a little bit older, they are a big motivator to me. So I want them to know that you are never too old or too far in your career to figure out what you want to be when you grow up and what you want to do. So I love that they can see all the work that I'm putting into the program. I'm also motivated by just being able to help the people in my own community in a capacity that I haven't had the opportunity to yet do. So, helping families either be reunified and stay together in a healthy way, or helping kids to find their forever family and permanency and be safe and healthy and happy, however that looks. My favorite thing about being a student at UWGB has been the interaction in the in-person classes because I had been out of the educational world for a while and didn't have the opportunity to have a lot of those conversations with people who were outside of the child welfare system. So working in groups and collaborating with other social workers and other future social workers who were maybe interested in the aging population or with school social work or with veterans, and just seeing a really well-rounded perspective and what other types of social workers are out there and what are the kinds of beliefs that they bring to the field has been my favorite part. Someone told me that you cannot expect to start graduate school as a busy person and not remove something from your plate. And I heard that and I even wrote it down, but it wasn't until I was in that it hit me that that is real. And I had to say no to some things that I normally would have said yes to, just some personal commitments. And really that is accurate. It's not feasible or possible to think you can add graduate school to a really full plate without removing something. So just knowing that that's okay to do that. This is just a really short time in my life that I'm making, making some adjustments and making different commitments than I had outside of this couple of years. The piece of advice I would like to share is that you do not have to be perfect. You do not have to get it right all of the time. If you're a person who's not used to your thoughts being challenged or, always doing everything just right, that doesn't have to be and that shouldn't be in this program. There's so much to learn. There's so many other perspectives to consider, and not getting it right all of the time or getting close, but learning from that experience as well is probably more important than acing it and nailing it and just thinking, I don't know that I really learned anything from that. But knowing that, even when you don't quite hit the mark, that's where lots of people get their learning from, and you can grow from those types of experiences just as well.